Right, hello everyone. It's me. I'm just trying to get myself sorted and organised here. So today's guest is none other than our captain. Hello, are you all right?
How's it going?
Good stuff. Yes, yeah, lovely. So for those of you who've never met Leon before, Leon's been with us for sort of quite some time, and it's great to have him around here because he's had an interesting journey, haven't you?
I have.
Yeah. So, if we can just start with a little bit with who you are,
Right.
when your journey with us a little bit, and then a little bit about after your journey, and possibly how you're dealing with the COVID thing and stuff, and how you stay positive and focused, please.
Okay, right. Well, as Lisa said, my name's Leon Garshong, aka Captain Chaos, which I've been blessed with the name via Media Savvy staff. I've started my journey with Media Savvy back in, I'm just looking at my notes now, 2014 I think it was, and I started as a tutor / mentor with Media Savvy on some of our provisions with Northumbria Probation Service, South Tyneside, some mental health groups, and some care and support. Within that, I delivered sessions involving creative arts and digital imaging, and because that was my background, design and using design software, I was quite able to transfer over and deliver sessions with the help of the other Media Savvy staff quite nicely. Within that time, I improved my skills in teaching and got some teaching qualities under my belt, and that really helped with my delivery, and really helped with the way I approach working with people from different backgrounds, and all these courses and all this support was all driven by Media Savvy and the staff at Media Savvy, and I love it. It's a little family for me, Media Savvy.
Yeah, I think that's where it's sort of grown in for all of us, you know what I mean? It is that lovely connectivity. So some of the things that you've just been talking about, some of the groups that you've worked with, and some of the things that you've done, I've got some photos, so I thought it would be nice to sort of share them.
That'd be great, yeah.
Yeah, so just bear with me whilst I get these up. So going back to sort of some of these, I'm going to content. Bear with me while I try and get this. That's not one of them. That's not what I want to share at the moment. Bear with me whilst I... So at the moment, it's not showing.
Well, put that back on, Lisa, and we can talk about this, because I think I missed out some of the answers to your questions at the beginning. So
just a minute, I'll just sort.
Here we go. So this is me within Media Savvy Towers. So yes, part of my involvement with Media Savvy initially started as a tutor. Then back in 2017, I believe it was, I decided to pack my bags and go and release chaos onto the rest of the globe. So I went off to America and went off to Central America to do some volunteering, do some soul searching, and do some just some travelling and take a bit of time.
And write a blog.
Write a blog, yeah. So when I came back, Media Savvy moved into this fantastic new building that they're operating out of now. And because my background is in design, and I've got a massive passion for furniture design, I decided, and with support of Dan and the other people at Media Savvy, I I was able to produce some furniture to help them move into to the offices and get set up there. And then things from this photograph here. This is me working on some design work here. I look a bit puzzled there, so probably forgot how to turn the computer on. And from working at Media Savvy and building the initial furniture, that was just been a snowball of projects, and basically I've fitted out the entire office now, staff office, Dan's office, and I've recently just launched my own furniture design business, and I'm now operating next door in my own workshop, which I'm renovating at the minute. So, in summary, basically, I'm a tutor, jack of all trades, master of none.
That's why it's chaotic, then, isn't it?
That's why it's chaotic, yeah.
So we're going to go back in time a little bit. So I found some of the old sort of shine photos. I love this one actually. And I think it was definitely like my passion to get shine going and Dan's passion to get shine going. But without you helping us and definitely helping me with sort of like putting it on the walls, measuring up, planning that sort of thing on that initial one, you were just such a massive, massive help, Leon. You know what I mean? It was just because without you, it would have definitely been chaos. So there you go. So yeah, so I've got a few here of some of the projects you've worked on, and I know obviously that one was Ghana, and I think if anybody's looking at the Media Savvy Facebook page today, you'll see Ephraim. He's sort of like highlighted today from like so this week we're sort of because it's our 10th year, it's obviously celebration, talking about this project, because I know Dan was a big highlight for Dan, this project, and obviously for yourself. So there's like a few of these sort of to look at, and some old faces as well as Joe and his
That was a fantastic project. That a really rewarding project. We spent some time, as some of you guys may know, spent some time over in Ghana to deliver a bespoke course with the support of Sunderland University, delivering a course to encourage entrepreneurs to start their own media businesses, giving them the skills and the know-how on how to approach media focused projects. It was an absolutely incredible project to be a part of. We were out there for 2 weeks. We made some brilliant friends, and it was just a brilliant project. I've never been a part of anything else like it.
I remember when you told me about how they ran out and got the own t-shirts made and stuff, how like lovely, because they were just so over the moon to be involved, and that's just some of the group as well.
That was absolutely brilliant,
and then that's a nice group shot of us all. So back to the Savvy Towers. We're a bit jumbled up at the minute, but obviously this is the room that we're currently in.
Brilliant,
having a sneaky one with the boys at the end of the day, and obviously it's a lovely one of you and Dan as well at one of the exhibitions.
And Grant Mitchell.
And who's that?
That's Mr. Mo. That's Big Mo. That's Haytham's dad there, giving me some tips on general life tips, which he's got in abundance, and electrical know-how. Mo actually was a really massive help in one of my pieces that I'd done in Media Savvy, which was as you come up the stairs in onto the Media Savvy floor, is a bespoke display cabinet, and Big Mo there helped me with the lighting, the cabinet. So I designed a corner unit, and we wanted to highlight some of the accolades that Media Savvy has won over the years, and the corner unit had inbuilt lighting, and Big Mo there helped me with the lighting for that. Let's have a look at some of the other photographs that we have in the mix. Oh, this was a lovely project here as well. This was a project that we done for Sunderland Care and Support, and basically we produced bespoke Christmas baubles that you can see there. And this project was basically a design and make project that we did with Sunderland Care and Support users, using Photoshop in a way that was fun and interactive. So we had a discussion at the very beginning of the project where we talked about what Christmas means to us and what icons and images that we would associate with Christmas. And that was a really interesting project because we got different perspectives on what people's Christmases were. And people had different thoughts and feelings about Christmas, so we're trying to incorporate different iconography related to Christmas and related to the people and what they felt was Christmas. So we created these bespoke images, and then we, with the collaboration and use of the facilities at the Fab Lab, that's attached to Sunderland University, we managed to print these images onto plywood, which was then cut out, and we put Christmas ribbons on and made bespoke custom-made bags that we sold to raise money for Sunderland Care and Support, and I think we raised about £500 for that.
That's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, it really is. Yeah,
it's a lovely project.
Definitely. And there's another photo. Yeah, that was lovely, and that's one of the other things that it was so lovely to sort of see the project coming together. You know what I mean, and hearing your ideas and like being so innovative. With the group and sort of letting them see how much they were capable of doing as well, you know.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned the Shine exhibition, and I'm not sure which number that was. I think it was the one where you had a dance with, with one of the members. But anyway, moving on, we had Sunderland Care and Support came down to see their work that was exhibited at the university design centre, and the learners had a tour around the facilities at the university, and they were absolutely blown away by the 3D printing and the laser printing facilities that they had on site. There was examples of Star Wars ships printed out with 3D printers and things like that. And then there was a lecturer, I can't remember his name, but he took time out of his day just off the cuff to show people around. It was absolutely fantastic. And that's what sparked this project, because I could see how enthused and how engaged the learners were with the facilities, and
it sort of captured their imagination
absolutely.
As well.
And something that they had tangible things that they could hold. So I thought, well, with Christmas coming up, why can't we use some of their facilities? Because it was made, they were made available to us, and that's why this project came off, and it was absolutely fantastic.
Brilliant. Okay, so there's some of you putting them all together as well in the bags, and then the little bags as well. Yeah, fab.
Absolutely brilliant, yeah.
Oh, and that's our last work night out when we went to the theatre. Was it the Book of Mormon that we went to?
That was, it was absolutely brilliant, yeah.
It was,
and
definitely.
Wild Dogs, isn't it?
I went, definitely. Oh, and that's obviously harking back to Shine as well, and Pete there as well, one of our volunteers, stroke staff members in the past. Lovely
memories.
Yeah, definitely. Honestly, pulling these together, it was just bringing so much back.
You forget a lot of these.
Totally, I know. Yes, and I think, is it? Oh no, I thought this one was talking about Ghana in the background. I think it might be. I think that might have been the Ghana panel there.
I think it is. Yeah.
It is. Yes. Fab. Oh yes, and don't forget the obligatory pizza at every exhibition.
Yeah, it's making me hungry now.
And obviously the speeches, they're
Oh.
oh dear.
Anyone who's heard and seen some of my speeches,
God, mine as well.
that takes me back.
Yeah, nightmares and chills.
Absolutely.
Goosebumps.
Love a good chat.
Yes. Hey, there you go. So that's sort of some of the stuff that you've done with us. So let's go into what you're doing now. Just try and get this on. Right, so sorry about this. I'm trying to just get the image of Leon's new logo. On the screen.
So while Lisa's trying to do that, basically, as I've touched on in my little journey with Media Savvy, my background is in design. I studied design at uni, product design. I've done an interior design internship, which allowed us to really look at how design is used in the commercial world. And I've worked in design for a good few years before I joined Media Savvy. So with my passion in design and mainly specifically in furniture, this year, given the fantastic opportunity that I've been given at Media Savvy to build furniture and design bespoke furniture, I decided to launch LG Designer Maker. So with that in mind,
I'll just give it another go there, Leon.
Okie doke. So with that in mind, this looks at designing and building furniture using my skills, past skills in three-dimensional design, and applying them in the real world, using so I'm looking at designing furniture, flat pack furniture that's accessible and available for a wide range of people, and that's something that can be produced quite quickly, utilising some of the facilities that we've seen with the Bauble project, for example, laser cutting, CNC cutting sheet materials, but also offering a bespoke design service as well, something similar to what I've been doing with Media Savvy. So the images that Lisa's trying to load up at the minute are just a little bit of the branding that I've been working on, and how and basically this is going to be applied to social media and a website that is underway that Media Savvy are kindly providing their expertise on. So at the minute, I'm renovating my space next door to Media Savvy. That entails, or it has entailed, taking down walls and relaying new floor with the mind or the view. There we are. We're up and running.
Are we right?
Yeah.
Just I've got your workspace here.
So this is the current workspace. It's nice to have some pictures on because I'm not very good at waffling.
You're better than.
So
right,
this is the
hold
current.
on. I'm just going to sort of do this and hopefully. I'm not sure whether that's sort of.
Not too sure whether that's right. So yeah, basically moved into a nice sized loft space where I can set up all my tools. We're renovating at the minute, laying a new floor, flattened some walls to create a bit more space, and should be up and running in the next week or so. This is absolutely fantastic for me because since moving into with Media Savvy and operating out of Media Savvy and helping helping with the build within it.
The doors still creak though.
It's been absolute chaos because I come in, make an awful lot of mess, and then have to pack up again to allow MIDI Savvy to operate and to deliver their sessions from the building. Having my own dedicated workspace allows me to keep my everything all in one place. I'll be a lot more efficient with what I'm making, and it means that I'm not getting under MIDI Savvy's feet and creating an awful lot of dust that they seem to have to tidy up for me every time I'm here.
Right.
So
is this going from sort of top?
Well, let's go from the bottom actually.
Oh, the bottom is that sort of where you started, yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry, everyone. I'm the one that's having these technical issues, and I'm not sure. Oh, let's have a little look.
So what Lisa's trying to load up at the minute are some of the photographs. Some of the photographs from the office or from the workshop that I've moved into, basically.
Yeah. Right, just bear with me, please. I'll turn that on. Right, so I know I need this on.
That's the one.
But it's showing the whole sort of screen. And that's the window, right? So it's this that I want to sort of show, and it's that one. Let's have a look. Because that's photos, you see.
Okay, well,
right.
what we can see from these thumbnails,
yeah.
what we can see from these thumbnails, if there we go.
So that's what you sort of started with there, yeah.
That's it.
And then you've started, and then you.
So as you can see on the left, if the highlighted image here is the space before I moved in. On the left hand side of that space was a big cupboard with a lot of space behind, which wasn't really used. So moving up the images to this one here,
right there.
that Lisa's highlighting there. That's the cupboard that's getting demolished and taken down, along with the next image across. And then the next one, and this is me laying the floor now, so as you can see, considerable space here for more
like even storage of your tools or something, I suppose, in there, which
that's it.
In bits and pieces, definitely.
So should be up and running very shortly.
Cool. Yeah, so you're excited for your future plans of creating new things.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, this has been this is like an absolute dream of mine to have a space to be able to build something from. As I've waffled on over the last 15-20 minutes about design, like design is something that is my passion, and I've always had a sketchbook. I've always drew, particularly furniture. I've always had a passion for that.
Yeah.
But all of it has just been in a sketchbook up until
you're starting of your plans, like your whole process.
That's it.
You've got it with you all the time.
But up until 2 years ago, it was all just in a book. So to be able to start making and learning as I'm going, and now to actually have my own space where I can start putting these ideas into actual physical forms.
Things, So the even the desk that we're sort of on at the moment, this is one of Leon's creations too. And those of you that's been in Savvy Towers will have come across some of Leon's furniture and stuff, because you've been working on it, which is great. Right, so I'm going to see if I can open up another sort of another window for just bear with me, and I'll get this up. So just some of the things that you've done in the building, Leon. So we have. Don't think that'll work.
No.
Just dragging it over.
Alright.
So unfortunately, I can't seem to figure out a way to get this to show. So in the photos, no.
So as you
Yeah.
can see from that thumbnail anyway.
So a tiny little thumbnail. I am sorry, but that's part of the room that we're in is again today, like putting in this kitchen. So it's a great space and it's just well organised as well and usable.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to make a cup of coffee in here now, isn't it?
Definitely. And we are on the same floor to make a cup of coffee too.
Yeah,
so that's
getting less
great.
steps in though.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
There is that. Yeah, I've definitely found a bit of a difference. Or sort of when I've been working from home, of like just sort of sitting in one room, and my husband just keeps coming in and delivering stuff, and it's stopped me from getting up and moving around.
Yeah.
And I find it a bit too easy just to sit there. Really, I think we do need to get up and move around. Yeah.
Well, I find me and my partner Jen, we have many conversations about how our step count has been influenced by COVID and by working from home.
Yeah.
And I try and do about 10,000 steps. And when I come home, my partner Jen, she works from home and she might only get up to like 1,000 steps. So we have to purposely go out now to try and get a bit more exercise that would come a bit more organic in our normal life, because you did mention at the beginning of the conversation about COVID and how we individually managing with COVID. Fantastic.
Yes.
You've got it there now.
Yeah. I don't know. It's obviously I'm just mucking it up, but anyway.
Oh, there you go. That's
carrying on with your the steps in COVID.
Yeah. So I think we have to be a bit more mindful nowadays, and that when we're confined to like smaller spaces, particularly with lockdown, we need to be a bit more mindful.
Definitely,
trying to get a bit more, doing a bit more exercise just to match the actual exercise we'd be getting if we weren't working from home and things like that.
Yeah, I think you're dead right. And I know sort of during the summer months, so actually part of winter last year and early spring, I was doing a lot of digging at home, and that really definitely made a massive impact on like just my body shape with fitness. But I haven't been doing as much lately, so I haven't been sort of like coming at the office so much. I haven't been sort of like doing as much sort of digging because I've done quite a lot of the digging and I've definitely found a difference and need to get back out there again. And like you say, make more of an effort to do it and plan it. I think planning's key as well with all of this, the uncertainty that's happening. I think if we plan things, we've then got some control of things as well. So I think that helps me mentally. If I plan and I've got a plan of action rather than just sort of drifting around. It's like not being in control can sometimes be a bit of an issue for me. Definitely.
No, I totally agree, and thanks for sharing that, because I think I'm similar. Like I'm a very much a task-driven person, and I like to have a list and I like to go through that list. And if I'm just as you alluded to me name, Captain Chaos, if I'm just left to roam wild, I sometimes get a bit irritated because I'm not sure what I've completed and what I haven't, or what I've got coming up. I kind of get myself pushed into corners a little bit in terms of not managing myself properly. So I think for me personally, being more organised really helps. And I think coming back to the COVID thing, because I think it's quite a big talking point at the minute. I think from my experience, my positive from what's happened over the last say 6 months at least, the positive that I've found is I've learned a lot more about my local area, because typically when before lockdown I've been able to go jump in the car and go further afield. I've kind of neglected my local area and where we live, and we've discovered lots of beautiful walks on our doorstep without jumping in the car.
Yes.
So that's been a really, really big positive, you know, and it's something that we're going to continue to do. In fact, tomorrow we've got a nice walk planned, and I think that's been a real positive that's come out of this time over the last few months for us anyway.
Definitely, I think a lot of people are with like being that mindful, really, isn't it, of like where you currently are, and I think the positive impact on the planet we've all seen the news reports of where the pollution levels have gone because we're using less transport, like in the cars less, and it's sort of given like nature a chance to sort of heal from us, really, hasn't it? Yeah.
I think another positive from it. I really like to try to embrace the challenge of looking at a negative issue and trying to look at the positive. I think that's what I try and do personally. And I had an interesting conversation with my mum. My brother, he's got a little boy called Riley. He was born a couple of weeks ago. And unfortunately, but very fortunately, my brother was furloughed from work, and me and my mum talked about what impact that had on my brother's family, his son and his partner. And my mum mentioned something really, really important. She said, this day and age, it's very difficult for parents to spend dedicated time with their children because they've got to go to work, they've got to manage schooling, childcare and all the other aspects to a busy family nowadays. Whereas with what's happening at the minute, it's made us maybe really refocus and have a
it's like a reset. Yes, a reset, definitely.
And with his little boy being a very young boy, my brother typically, if COVID wasn't around, he would have to work and he probably wouldn't spend much time with him. And
so that's great for his bond, their
absolutely,
bond together.
Yeah,
absolutely. So, and it's so important, definitely.
I think it's really important. I mean, I do, I think you turn on the news. Well, I try not to look at the news, to be honest. But you turn on the news and you hear a lot of negative things, whether it's COVID related or not. But I'm not saying that there isn't terrible things that is happening, and a lot of people are massively impacted by it. In specific terms, a lot of the people who were involved with Media Savvy. However, there are some positives that we can draw from it. I think as well.
Yeah, I think definitely. There are a lot of positives. Okay, so I thought I'd cracked it. And it's showing the window again. I'm just going to close that all together, and then if I open this, it should be on there. Okay, so you're here, you're at Savvy Towers, and this is your new logo.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, great.
So this is when a few months ago when I decided to try and make a go of going a little bit taking furniture making and design to a little bit more seriously. I then produced stopped going through the ideas of producing some branding to identify myself. So this is the logo that I settled on, LG Design and Maker, and I think it kind of says everything that it needs to say.
Well, it's clean, isn't it? And it's impactful. The colour, and it engages you and you want to read like what is in there. Your LG, I really like it.
Well, I really like what I wanted to try and get across in a very basic way is the element of wood. So if you look at the circular it's very difficult to see on this image, but basically the image, it's got I'm loving plywood at the minute. I'm loving working with plywood, but even on when you're looking at wood, the rings of the wood and the life of the wood is really
so I'm trying to problem solve a little bit.
There we go.
Yeah, so you can
kind of see there. Yeah. So
like on the outside.
So on the outside there's rings to kind of allude to the material that I'll be mainly working in. And I quite like the idea of like actual branding things. So when I come to work with wood, I would like to maybe brand some of my stuff, not in obvious places. I wouldn't want that to be in someone's living room, but like maybe on the side of a table or something.
Sneaky, so that could be like a little USP of there was a guy in Yorkshire, wasn't he, the mouse man, and he used to hide a mouse, didn't he, in his furniture, like he used to carve it.
Awesome.
Similar, like, and I love the idea of that, like you get a piece and it's a functional great piece, but there's also like a little hidden cherry on the cake. I think that's great.
You could have that for years and not even know.
That's it. And how many people do? Have like pieces at the home and not even realise, especially in the age of like say eBay, when like you're buying stuff and you think, oh yeah, it's a table or it's like a nice chair or whatever, and you've got it and it's like hiding there laughing at you.
I think it's Haytham calls them Easter eggs.
Yes, that's the fella. That's what the terminology I was looking for. Yes.
Yeah. Right. So what you can see there is just basically different guises of the logo. Obviously, we're looking at launching on all the social media platforms, so you can see there's a Facebook profile image, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. So
it'll be like you're a real person.
A real person, with a name and everything. So that's something that we're going to try and push over the next few months. Get the website launched towards the end of the year, just to highlight some of the projects that I've been currently working on.
Yeah, and also for those of you that do our course, the digital arts courses, bearing in mind, you've got this sort of logo here and how it's going to be applied. So it's not just a case of making a logo, it is a case of thinking everything through, like what you've done. I know you also sort of have done a logo guide. If I can lock that. Oh, I'm not going to be able to.
Is it?
Wait.
Yeah. So basically, as many people media savvy will be talk about.
Yes, talk about but not say. Sorry.
They'll definitely be able to say that I'm not very. I don't have a massive presence on social media, and I'm very. Yeah. I'm a bit. What would be the word? A bit.
Haphazard.
Would you say? No, I'm very organised. I'm a very organised professional.
I'm sorry, yeah. No, I meant because you get so focused on what you're doing. So say you're creating something, you're sort of like you wouldn't sort of necessarily check your chat.
Yeah, that's it. But
that's sort of what
but equally, I don't really use Facebook or that often, so I don't know anything about. Well, I know the basics. So with the help of Media Savvy and in particular Ella, who is a big driving force between for the social media at Media Savvy Towers, along with the other members of the staff, she helped me taught me through the different sizes, ratios, and images that was needed for each platform, and she gave me some guidance for that. So basically, once I designed the logo, I came up with a style guide, what Lisa was talking about just a minute ago, on how specifically I wanted the logo to be used and in what guise. So on black backgrounds, I would like it looking like this. On white backgrounds, I would like looking like that. And once I added the logo, Ella was able to guide us through the different the different things that was needed for each social media platform.
No, it's just there, but it's just not showing. I'm sorry, everyone. It's obviously. Okay, right. Foiled again. Okay, so. All right, we need to be on here.
There we go.
So, your future plans for your products that you're going to create.
Yeah.
We have. I've got a few here. On my desktop. Sort of looking at the cushion that you created for Diego.
Yeah.
So what I'll do with this is I'll just sort of zoom in this way, and then it's we'll just make do and mend. Okay, so you did this cushion for Dan, yeah?
Yeah.
And it's who's on there? Is it?
Oh, so there's Diego there. Big D.
Yes.
So I think that was the first thing that got my juices kind of flowing with actually making stuff. Like I said before, I carry sketch book around me all the time, and I'm always drawing ideas down. But this was the first big project that I was able to do, and this was for Dan McVelly or whatever. So basically what it was a window seat, bespoke window seat, to tie in with the colour scheme of a pool table that he had in the same room. So black and red, and the cushion on the top was a stylised pattern of Dan, Mel and Diego, images of Dan, Mel and Diego.
Oh, right.
So if you zoom in on not you, Lisa, but if you looked closely at the cushion, you would see the repetition of
those.
of
I thought it was two.
No, it was Dan.
Oh, that's lovely. I think that's even better, really.
I think it was 9 images in total. A tile of 9 images, 3 by 3 of Dan, Mel, and Diego on different images, and that was repeated over the pattern.
Cool.
And within the window seat, Dan and Mel wanted storage, and that's what we did. Came across a really nice idea in actually a local homeside cafe just down the road in the Winter Gardens.
Right.
And before lockdown, I used to go there quite often, and they've got a lovely wall in there, which is which I borrowed the idea for having these cuts, but I thought I would incorporate the colour behind it, and that's where the design idea came from for that. So that was the first project that that allowed us to get my teeth stuck into, and allowed me to build up a bit of confidence in making things, and seeing the final product is kind of like was icing on the cake.
Yeah. Oh, I bet, Leon, definitely. Yeah. So as well, so look, you're looking at, so that's quite a large sort of piece.
Yeah.
But you're not sort of obviously governed by size. So now we've got this this picture frame here.
Yeah. So what we've got there is just a couple of little picture frames. So the first one that Lisa's highlighting there was just something I was building on the side while I was building things at Mealy Savvy Towers a few months ago, and just little gift ideas. What I want to try and do when I start producing things to ideally sell is be able to make little bespoke gift ideas for people. So the one on the left was a gift that I made for a friend of mine, and which is plywood that you'll see in a few images. And that was a picture of a group of my friends. And then the one on the right is Diego, and that was a frame made out of the wood that you'll probably, oh, it's not wood, it's actually a laminated sheet, but with a black grey wood grain effect. And that was again a bespoke frame that I made to kind of tie in with the materials that you'll see in and around Media Savvy.
Right, so going into some more furniture, I really like the way that you've got the legs at the top there, Leon.
Yeah.
You know, so is this at home?
Yeah. So one of the ideas I wanted to explore was working with plywood. Plywood is a really versatile material, and it's got a really interesting grain along the edge, because it's got layers.
Yes.
So what I wanted to do was try and celebrate the layers on the edges, but also have like a nice matte contrasting colour, which is the white there. Obviously, the legs needed to have some form of support, so I wanted to try and make a design feature out the support, but also
so it's form and function.
Form and function, exactly.
Form and function.
Yeah, and there you can see
so
it there.
there's a.
This is more of a concept. We have it in the as a kind of a mock-up piece in our dining room table at the minute. And this is a project that I'm looking to run with and try and make it available to as a flat pack piece.
Yes.
Try and say that when you run a few.
Yeah.
So
it's lovely. I really, you know, I think it sort of like fits with the tabletop so well too.
Yeah, me and Jen made that together. Actually, it was the first piece we made together.
Really?
Yeah, and we didn't fight. I done as I was told.
Yeah.
No, that was really good because that was a project that we done together, and I think making something together with somebody, you know, I really like activities. Me and Jen always talk about activities and doing things together, and we all need our downtime. We all like watching TV and stuff like that, but I think there's something special about making something with somebody. And so this was the first piece that we made together.
So had Jen ever done anything like this before?
No, not really.
Yeah.
Maybe at school.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we've done that.
Oh, but she enjoyed it.
She really did.
And then loves having it like at home, you know, as well. I bet.
We use it every day. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it was good because Jen can see how excited I get about making things, and when I talk to her about it, she can now understand like the processes involved. Because I think when you're talking about something and you don't to somebody who doesn't really have that insight, it's hard to be able to convey what is involved and how long things take.
Yeah, and I think you're brilliant at that though. If sort of like making somebody connect with the thing, you know. And I mean, I bet Jen's dead proud that she's had, you know, she's partly responsible for that piece of kit, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and you do bring that out in people, and you know, you do. I remember sort of like working with your teaching. You do.
Oh, you know, that's lovely. That's really nice feedback. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Better than my OBS techniques, definitely.
Well, found a way around it.
We found a workaround, yeah. Right. So I'm going to move on to this character here. I just think he looks so cute. So who's this for?
Right. This is a little child's ride-along toy that I'm developing at the minute. It's a little dinosaur character, and basically it's going to be made out of birch ply with a character profile on it. At the minute it's a dinosaur, but it could be a giraffe, it could be an elephant, it could be anything.
Lion, it could just
and this idea comes from one of our mates, a little boy, Max. That's my brother calling. Sorry about that. So basically, Max, he's 2 now. I hope he's 2, because this is very embarrassing if he isn't. But he loves dinosaurs, so it was designed with him in mind. And my nephew, he's 1. this is going to be aimed at. It's going to be built for him as well when he gets a little bit older. So it's a little project. I'm looking once the workshops gets up and running. I've made a little scale model there. I've got an idea on how it's going to get constructed. But
so how big's that then? Is a scale model?
That is a scale model. I think it's a 1:4. So I think it's about 40 centimeters, about 30 centimeters tall. Just using lollipop sticks and that, just to kind of get an idea of how it's constructed. But there's a couple of design features on there that I'm working on at the minute that I want to try and incorporate into it. I want it to be made out of sustainable materials. And there's a few different variations and ideas that I want to try and work up. So that's something I want to try and get a full-scale model mocked up by the end of the year and test it out.
Can you make an adult one and then we could have them up and down outside? That would just be so cool. If skateboarders are outside, we could have dinosaurs. Savvy dinosaurs outside.
Savvy dinosaurs. I was going to say.
Savvy-saurus.
Oh, we've got it now. Yeah. Pink dinosaurs. Yeah. What trick would you do?
Oh, I don't know.
What do they do on the skateboards? They do the old
they do sort of spinning, jumping and stuff. And
ollies. Do they do ollies?
There isn't. That is a thing, isn't it? I only remember sort of seeing off on one of James's games one.
Tony
was
Hawk's.
a bit, that's something like that. Oh, brilliant! Savvy-saurus, definitely. That's the one. And obviously you could do a Diego, couldn't you?
Well, definitely, yeah.
God,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Diego with a pink collar.
I know. Bless him. Right, so I'm going to change, and you did I thought this was brilliant as well. I've got it the wrong thing. Oh, no. Sorry everyone again. Why is that not showing?
So yeah, this was
you did a bookshelf as well, didn't you?
Yeah. This is the second project that me and Jen worked on, and basically it's a bookshelf. A lot of the furniture that you'll see or may not see, the earlier furniture pieces that I made
there
was all for our apartment, because we needed some storage space.
Some stuff.
Yeah, so this is a little bookshelf.
I like the sort of the journey of the photographs from sort of and I love the inside. I don't know. I'm trying obviously zooming in my little makeshift way. You can see all the little grooves, so you can set the shelves at whatever height that you want.
Yeah. But I think furniture needs to be flexible and fluid, and my course at uni was sustainable design, and that was 20 years ago, 18 years ago. It's scary to think about it now, how long ago it was. Yeah, that's right.
Because you're getting on in that, Leon.
Yeah, definitely getting on. But sustainability and environmental issues are at the forefront of discussions at the minute, and I get great pleasure in trying to come up with answering the challenge of having a piece of furniture or having a design that it's flexible. There's nothing worse than having having a set of shelves and you've got a book that is too big to put on the shelf or something like that. It's quite annoying. So
it is. So then you've got to lie flat.
Yeah, but then it doesn't. Yeah. So this is a bookshelf. It's got one shelf on it in the picture, but we've got two shelves in it now. And again, you can pull the shelves out. You can put another couple of shelves in if you wanted to. And that will be easily translated into a taller unit, a wider unit. And in making that piece, come up with more efficient ways of making it. And trying to, what I'm really quite passionate about is building furniture, but utilising computer-aided machinery. So your friend, for example, he's got a lot of CNC machinery, for his sign making business. And that's something I want to really utilise. I want to try and put my skills to use in the design and the build of like the initial concept, but then I would like to maybe free up me labour time and utilise like the facilities that are available to be able to make more furniture.
So you design it so that it could even be like a flat pack delivery.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's where I want to try and go with at least a range of furniture. But waffled on for quite some time, and I hope people can get a kind of a taste of what I'm trying to communicate. But I would like LG designer maker to try and cater for a few arms of services. So a flat pack range of furniture, a bespoke fitting kind of design and fit service, and I'm also quite interested in developing some kind of community-based workshops as well.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
So and that's obviously driven by my time at Media Savvy. So that's all exciting things that are
definitely. It's really interesting. Definitely. Like the getting it's sort of like going back to you getting everybody involved and inspiring people that you're working with to become as passionate as what you are. And getting kicks out of doing stuff. I'm just sort of showing this, you were talking about your sketchbook before, how you start off with your plan, and then it sort of becomes like this, this space.
There's one next to it, I think, if you can
Is it?
Yeah. That's it, yeah.
That's it.
So there's two side by side there. So that was a really quick, as they call it in the industry, a fag packet sketch. And that was just a quick idea. This is Dan's office, and he wanted a big desk and a big area.
Because he's the big boss.
Because he's a big boss man.
Yeah.
He needs
he needs it.
He needs somewhere to rest his throne up against.
Definitely.
So this is an inbuilt desk with bespoke angled panelling on the walls, and that ties in with some of the other bespoke fixed pieces that are built within the office. So you can't see the desk because the desk is not on that picture on the right, but there's a desk in there. Oh, you can actually, just the third picture along. There's the desk
here
in situ with a little bit of shelving, and then the angled kind of concept is then continued into some storage.
Yes.
Display storage in terms of the vertical shelving, and cupboard space at the bottom.
Yeah. And along the side as well, it's like nearer to sort of the door on the other side as well. There's more storage, isn't there?
I think what I like about that piece, so you can go, well, you can see. That I really tried to, I really tried to make what I wanted to use. Reason why I wanted to make it angled was one, angles create a bit more interest, I think, but also looking at, I wanted it to appeal to Dan from different aspects of where he sat. Yes. So as he span around on his seat, he wasn't just faced with the side of a set of tall shelves. It was angled so it faced him a little bit.
It also sort of plays with your head as well, with like the perspective.
Yeah.
From whichever way you are in the room. I think it's cool, and like the higgledy-pigglediness of the sort of shelving going up there. If it does it definitely. It's definitely unique.
That's one of my favourite pieces, and it was a massive challenge because that is not finished yet. Still some finishing pieces and touches that need to be added. I've been taking my time. But we incorporated LED lighting in that as well.
Oh, right, have you?
It's controlled by Dan's phone.
Yeah.
So that's now in place now, and it looks really good. But it's the first time I've worked with LED lighting in anything, and that was a good challenge as well. But it does look quite nice, and you can set the colour of the LED
Yes,
lighting as well.
yeah.
So
And it can go with music as well. I know some of them
Yeah.
can do, because we've got a couple of boxes of those at home.
yeah. So that was a nice project.
Right,
That.
cool. Lovely. Well, there you go. I've just realised it's 5:05. Well done, thank you, Leon.
Thought we'd just like to sleep, can't we?
That's what my dad used to say about me, Uncle. Right, well, everyone, thanks so much for your patience and my technical inabilities today. Usually we would have on the helpline, and unfortunately at the moment I'm struggling to sort of change windows, so I've had to sort of make do and mend with stretching windows. So in the resources folder you will be able to find the any contacts for any sort of issues, whether the mental health, domestic violence, Samaritans, NHS, COVID websites are on there, so that's in the resources folder that you'll see. And I just want to say thanks for joining us, and thanks for persevering with me, and we'll see you next time. Okay, so I'm just going to sign off now. Oh, hang on. Daniel if Daniel's watching, and I think he is, he's monitoring the chat. Could you put the survey link in, please? Thank you. And I'm just going to sort of sign off and say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much to Leon, and it's been great. Thank you.
Right, thank you.
Yeah, listen to all your plans and remember where we've been. Reminiscent. Lovely. Thank you. Goodbye now.
Toodaloo.